Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Rally Blog podcast, episode number 25, and our first of 2018. I'm Mike White with the Rally Blog, joined here by two-time national champ Sean Boyer, the person who is all thing shipping at Spikeball and part of Tetelestai, Logan Cornelius. And you know him first for his blog posts. You know him second for his second place finishes at East Regionals and Nationals. We got Anthony Wrench of Spicy Ruby. And today we got just a quick episode. We're going to talk about some things that happened in the off season and a couple things we got going forward. The first tournament of the year actually starts in less than a month in Huntington Beach on February 17th. Register for that on the new website, which Sean wants to tell you a little bit about.
Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of people have probably already seen it. It's tournaments.spikeball.com, and it's our new website platform that's housing all the sanctioned events. And what a sanctioned event is, pretty much any event that Spikeball Inc. hosts themselves. Outside of that is independent tournaments, which will be still hosted on spikeballroundout.com. Down the road, the goal is to have those all on one platform under one roof. But for now, that's where you can find each. And yeah, as Mike mentioned, Huntington Beach is the first event that's open now. So if you want to register, go check it out on tournaments.spikeball.com.
Recommend that. It looks really nice. I love it for the new Rally blog posts. It looks a lot cleaner. But we're going to get into our first topic, which is actually something that kind of went viral on the Spikeball Instagram, and that is the what up top drop, which I want to say now I want to change it to the top drop because I think it's much easier to say. And I saw many people just calling it the what up drop and reading the hashtag completely wrong. So let's just make it a little easier and call it top drop.
See, I'm gonna jump in here and defend Hilltop.
Okay.
Because it is their thing.
Yeah.
And I'll give the background, and I hope I get this right. But so the what up top is like a chirp or a cheer or something that Hilltop and their friends have been using for some time now. So when they finally like put this on Instagram, they needed to like make it their own. So they threw that in there. So if we can all change it, but we're just damaging their one claim to fame right now. So I'm gonna jump in there and defend them because I want them to have their thing.
So that's why I want to give it like a little call to them. Like, we're not calling it the what up drop; it's still the top drop for Hilltop. But I don't know. Okay,
It's almost like the inventor's fee to be able to name the one shot they come up with.
Exactly.
And a lot of people were pretty blown away with it, so it definitely has that viral aspect to it.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll see. We'll
And
see what
the name
says.
the name certainly doesn't give away anything about the shot. That's for sure.
It's not very descriptive. Yeah,
Someone
you're
yells
right
out,
about
"Watch
that.
out for the what up top drop," and they're like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah, because it's not really a drop shot at all. Like
It's not a drop
It
at all.
can be. It could be.
It could be, but
Yeah.
most of the videos online are people really
Yeah.
hitting the ball pretty hard. So
Okay, so for context, if you haven't seen it, one, I think you should go to Hilltop Spikes' Instagram or the Spikeball Instagram. It's when you wind up for a shot, and instead of hitting the shot, you kind of put your hand in front of the ball and flick it backwards. So you wind up, come at it, and flick it backwards. And it looks crazy in full speed. Slow-mo, you can kind of understand what's going on. But it got like 50,000 views on the Spikeball Instagram, and there were plenty of videos of people trying to do it and recreate it. So what did you guys think about it?
I'll start by saying I think that, and I told Hilltops this as well, if they or any team can work that into their repertoire as far as doing that on a consistent basis, it's going to ruin the sport of round net because it is undefendable. We're going to have to change like fundamental rules to make that a thing. So I would say my initial reaction is fear, but good on them for coming up with a new shot that no one's done before.
I mean, if you don't even have to hit the ball in the direction that you're swinging, like what's going on there? What are we doing?
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I was so confused. Like, how on earth is this happening? The seeing it slow down was awesome. But one of my initial thoughts is, a lot of times, just because you have a cool shot doesn't mean you're hitting where no one is, and you could be hitting out the direction of one defender, but another defender could still be there. Granted, it looks pretty awesome, and I'll be pretty impressed if anyone can do that in game. But I think just because you can do it in game doesn't mean it's necessarily an automatic kill shot. Although I would happily be proven wrong if someone did that in real life.
And I feel like I'll be like the Scrooge to jump in after that too. But like it's going to be so hard for anyone to actually do that in a game because there's so many things that have to happen. You need that perfect set, which is like soft and right over the middle of the net. You need to not be running towards the net because you have to have your feet planted so you can swing and like swing your hand back at the same time. So like the amount of shots that you have per game that have like that level of control are very few. So I'll be like really impressed if someone actually does pull this off in game and not just like towards the end of the game if they're up by a lot, but like during the beginning of a game or during some important points of a game. I definitely don't expect to see that for a while, but
yeah.
Who
So
knows?
what I was thinking is that most of the time you have a good enough shot and you can put the ball away. So most of the time it probably won't even be worth it unless you can do it every time. If it's a risky shot and kind of hard to do, then why would you use it when you could just put it away? And then it becomes that point where, okay, I might have to use it here because I don't have a clear shot. Then it's even more risky. Do you go for a safer shot that maybe the defense could get, but it'll be far, something like that. So I'm not sure, when it will be used because there are already tons of good shots. And the second thing I think that Preston Bies was pointing out was that a lot of people, when they're doing it, they come in from the top, and at first glance it looks like a normal hit, but not many people come in from the top and hit it. So I think it might take a little practice to kind of get down the really fake swing, because I think we might be able to identify, oh, he's coming from the top, he's going to do some sort of flick with it, as opposed to actually hit it in that direction. But I thought it was really cool. I think that if people do get it, maybe not crazy good, but if they hit it a little bit, I think it'll be really fun for the defense to try to cover it and maybe even bait it out.
Yeah, I think to Anthony's point, we'll start seeing it maybe towards the end of games when a team's up by a lot and they want to start throwing in some trick shots. People will learn their confidence by doing it then. And then what do you know, it'll work into like a in-game situation. And I mean, yes, you'd look silly if you just botch a totally clean hit, but that one time you do land it, you're going to go down in history.
Right. Yeah, the first person to use it in game is going to be they're going to be like the first verified spike ball player, first verified.
Well, I hope it's Hilltop just because they're the guys.
They definitely deserve it.
But it's going to be Dan. If people don't know, Tony's partner also posted a video of him doing it and just crazy tweeners and drops all the which direction. So I think Tony, after saw that video, went in his backyard and practiced setting those.
I bet 100 sets a day, 100 sets in the morning, 100 sets at night. Actually, 200 a day, just so that I can sign up for one of those.
But I do want to say some indirect thing is instead of practicing the what up drop, I just started practicing hitting with the back of my hand. And just because of muscle memory, ended up doing it like 3 times in the tournament this weekend in Montreal. And they all worked out every time. And that's arguably the worst thing that could have happened. Because now my brain, like, using the back of my hand works. And I should do it. Like, I just wound up like for a backhand, just hit it with the back of my hand. And it was a very weird
What are you going to call that one, Mike?
It sounds just like a back of the hand. Or I could call it the, like...
It's creative.
I don't know. I mean, well, we've been playing back of the hand games for years. It's just the first time it's getting into competitive play. It was funny because it like actually worked. But now I don't like the habit. It's a bad habit. But it's funny. I thought it was really cool to see people posting on Instagram and Facebook all their attempts at the what up top drop.
Yeah,
it was cool. But so we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Okay, and another thing new to this year that we want to discuss is the double touch rule. That was something that people have been bringing up for a long time. And so now on the first touch, as long as it's one action, it can hit off your chest and your hand or your hand and your face. And have you guys been playing with that?
Yep.
You like it, Logan?
I love it. It makes it so much more fun. We've had like countless rallies where it wouldn't have happened before without the double touch, but with the double touch, you get a lot more of like an epic rally. A lot more plays back and forth, and it's been a blast. Even I've got them and they've happened to me, and neither time I'm like, dang, this shouldn't be a rule. Like both times, it made it so much more fun. I've loved it.
Yeah, we played with it. So there was a tournament in Connecticut right before New Year's, that we played with it at. And I played with Ezra Dentowitz at that tournament. Ezra, of course, like being on top of the rules as he is, was so excited whenever he like kind of realized that he was doing something that was like now legal for the first time in this tournament. There were a couple serves he took off the hand and off the face, or balls that hit like his arm and his chest or something, and we kept going. So it's kind of, I think right now it feels really still like novel and fun. It's like, oh wow, this is something I couldn't do before. Now I can do it. Like, this is awesome. But I think as the season goes on, it's going to be really good, because there are a lot of rallies that happen that just get cut like that because somebody admits that they double touched, or someone else sees that it's a double touch, and it kind of just, it's like deflating, because like it's so exciting when you see a touch like that, and almost always it's a quick touch, like a body touch or some like weird hand that you throw around the net. So it's just going to be fun when you don't have to like sit there and think if it hit the person once, or you just let the play develop, which is really why the rule is there. And I think that because people are gonna really like that once it's into more tournaments.
I have two questions actually. As far as the rule is concerned, is there any distance at which can it go off your leg and then arm? Where does that line end? And then also, it sounds like you guys in the first few tournaments, this was a thing. If you guys saw it quite a bit, how frequent does this really happen?
I want to say that it happens maybe. It depends on the defense you play, but I feel like I would get 2 or 3 a game, because I just kind of would throw myself in front of balls, and typically, like, it'll get some part of your body, and it was happening a good amount of times if you're playing the right defense for it. And also on serves, the double touching your hand on a serve is a thing, which might be before like, I don't think that was good, or maybe hand shoulder or something like that, hand body. So it happens a lot on serves too. And the thing for the distance, I think it is easy to I haven't seen any crazy things. It is easy to tell what's one action or not. I've only had one disagreement, and it was the only one at that whole tournament in Connecticut. So I think if we can go a whole day without any disagreements on what's a double and what's not, or one disagreement, I think that was a big thing. Because before, I remember there were a lot of disagreements on, was it a double, did it roll up your body, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it happened. It was happening like maybe 1 or 2 times a game for us. We, as soon as Nationals ended, we implemented that ourselves. So we've been kind of playing this way in pickup since like end of October, November. And we haven't had any where it's like it was questionable. So for the most part for us, like it's been pretty clear every time whether it was like one action or like an illegal double touch, if you will. So it's been pretty easy for us to tell as well. And happening like 1 or 2 times a game, so semi-frequently.
That's pretty cool. I have not tried it yet, so I'm excited to see how often it happens.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I love the up-close body D, so I think that it only helps that.
Yeah.
So I found a lot of success with kind of jumping in front and bringing my legs up, because then like you could also get it like leg chest or something like that, so you kind of get more. You know, before if it's leg chest, you don't want that. Now it's okay. You have more surface area to work with. You're not worried about the doubles, which is great. Or even when you go down on your knee and you put your arm next to your leg. You're not worried about getting the leg hand or the leg arm.
Right.
So kind of it allows you to play a little safer on defense, or more aggressive either way. I don't know.
Yeah, it rewards just throwing your body in front and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan. I'm excited to see how it works, especially on the West Tour, where body defense is more prevalent. And just to see some of the players like Jarrett Rouse, Preston Byes, and Point Loma, who play great D, what they do with it.
Yeah, one might argue that this rule change favors the West Coast teams and their style of defense.
Yeah.
It'll be. I'm kind of interested to see, because now like we're kind of moving the debate from like, for years it's been whether or not it hit your body just like once and only once, and now we're moving into this like one motion thing. I'll be interested to see what the next like gray area is that develops. And I think actually I was talking to Dan about this recently, but will it be like people attempting to carry the ball, and what's a carry now? Because like before it's kind of like I mean, if the ball is like touching your body for an extended period of time, it's likely that you either double touched it or that you like you carry the ball. But now, because there's a little bit more uncertainty about what that looks like, I wonder if there will kind of be more and more arguments about carries creeping into tournaments, or if it's not carries, maybe it'll be something else that I don't know what it is yet. But I'm also kind of interested in that to see what the next round of rule debates that are going to crop up are going to be.
I think we'll probably have some discussion. I think it was a good sign that the flurry, there was only one disagreement I know about, but I definitely think it could happen. I think for the start, people are just going to kind of give it the benefit of the doubt and just say that was probably good.
Yeah.
But we might get to the line where they disagree, and we might see that. You're right.
Right.
I got the first hot take of 2018.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
There will be a rule clarification around the what up top drop.
What if someone used the what up top drop into a double body, and then
Wow.
what up tops it back?
I hope someone's filming.
Yeah, this episode's gonna get so many lookbacks on it.
So wait, Sean, what's your prediction? Like, what's going to happen? What's the clarification going to have to
You
be?
can't hit with the back of your hand. I've been doing it a whole weekend.
If you want to go all the way in adventure to what you think the specific rule debate and specific clarification is going to be, I won't put you on the spot that much. But what do you think might happen?
It's so tough. You have to hit the way you're looking. No, I have no clue. It's going to be. I don't think.
Or
this is like a half-hearted hot take.
do you think it's going to be like with the
Think it's cooling
serving
down.
Like
I'm
with
poking holes in it.
Yeah, I think it might be like with serving in St. Louis, where everyone was up in arms about Bonin doing his wide step stance, and then 3 months later, no one was worried about it. We might have that thing where for two tournaments, one team just gets really good at it, and then it takes us a little bit to figure out the defense for it. And then we have that 2 months where everyone's calling for rule changes and for it not to be allowed. And then it just all settles down, which we've seen time and time again.
That natural cycle.
Mm-hmm.
My hot take is that the first time someone does a what up top drop, like actually in game and not messing around, they don't win the point.
That's probably
that's
a
a good
safer
one.
take. Probably a safer take.
It'll
Not so hot.
not in the rim. It'll be defensed.
Okay. What about could a what up top on 2 probably be the worst hit you could take?
What up top offhand on 2.
Lefty.
Lefty, what up top on 2?
Absolutely.
That is really just, I can't even really
That's just high
conceptualize
caliber
what that
round
looks
net right
like.
there.
That is
What are, like,
incredible.
What about a what up top low, or like a what up low drop with your foot? You swing your foot one way and then you flip
Wow.
your foot out and it goes the other way. Watch out.
Wow. I'm mad
Speaking
you
of
put
hot
that idea
takes,
into the
though.
world.
Speaking of hot takes, Mike, do you want to start us off with top 10 for next year?
Yeah, well, so I was going to look at the top 10 teams and kind of talk about their plans because we haven't done that yet. Some teams have announced what they're doing, some haven't. So I'm going to go through since our top 10 in the last power ranking in November. Look out for new power ranking in about a month before Huntington. Excited about that. First Chili Show out there, staying hungry for a national title, as we can expect. Strange Embrace and two guys, the 2 and 3, actually breaking up. So Devin Matson and Troy Mock are playing less, and we got a new team: Jarrett Rouse, Preston Buys, Wabi Sabi. What do you guys think about them?
I mean, it's hard to argue that they're going to be solid. I mean, they're both solid players on their respective teams, and I mean, you could possibly see maybe the first couple of tournaments some like getting used to their style of play. But I mean, they play together quite a bit, and I mean, I think they're going to come out and be a top 5, top 3, top 2 team to start off. I mean, it's the number 2 and 3 team coming together. I don't see why they wouldn't be fighting for the number 2, number 1 spot.
They're the clear 2 coming into the season, you think?
Yeah.
Bold.
I think so.
For me, I mean, it's clear number 2, but you're pushing the number 1 spot even, I think. They're definitely not, like, they have to prove that they can beat Cedric Showalter, but, like, number 2 spot, definitely. I mean, just like the one tournament that we have is them playing at Camp Birchill back in, June of 2017, and they like they looked in sync. They looked like energized to play with each other. So I think one thing too is that these guys both like will like feed off each other in a different way than they've had before. It's just kind of like you're playing with a new player, so there's like a different dynamic. And I think when both of these, like both Preston and Jarrett, are energized, that's like a really intimidating duo to think about then.
Hey, Sean, you played my camp.
Yeah, I did, and I mean they're great players, and put them together, they're going to do some pretty cool stuff. I'm getting some major deja vu though to last year, Skylar Bowles and Buddy Hammond uniting as Button Bowles, both incredible players in their own regard, coming together. We were having this exact same debate of, will they have the right chemistry? What will the first tournament look like? And they ended up, I don't want to say kind of flopping, but I wouldn't say they lived up to the hype. And so we'll see what Preston and Jarrett put together. I think they're going to have a great opportunity to succeed, but it's all about once you get on the court, how you perform.
Yeah, and Preston, and you got it.
Do you think like this new team would be an upgrade over either the other two, or like maybe interesting question, if you were to rank Strange Embrace, two guys, and now Wabi Sabi, like how would you put those three comparatively?
Well, according to the panelists, Jared and Preston were the number 3 and the number 4 players in the country, so on paper it is an upgrade. And I probably would call it an upgrade too. I think they're both really good, and I think they're going to be the clear number 2. Well,
and I think like I mean the easy take is also that like thinking about what their teams would have looked like this year is like with injury problems and just different stuff going on is like obviously having the two more dedicated or like committed players teaming up makes sense. But I still think that this is probably, even at their peaks last season, I'd say this is probably the power duo out of those two teams. Just because of like what they bring to the table as individuals, and then also how they feed off each other. I think it's definitely something different and something more formidable than what either Strange or two guys offered.
I'll be interested to see too, just how like the dynamic of the team, just because like Strange Embrace was always very serious, like into the game. Two guys always like very like lighthearted outside of it. Now we're taking like a little bit of both of those and combining it. So I'm excited to see how they'll play together and what that dynamic will look like.
What are we gonna get? All right.
Who knows?
So moving down, number 4. I know a lot of people are excited about seeing them this year, but they actually aren't playing together, and that's Button Bowles. So Buddy's doing a big travel trip, I believe, and not planning on playing too much. A travel trip, that's what they call them, right? And not even playing too much. And yeah, just not playing as much round net this year. Skylar Bowles seems to be playing mashups because he has 2 different partners for the first 2 West Tour stops. First one he's playing with longtime legend Peter McCarthy, bringing that back for Huntington, and then he's teaming up with me for San Diego, so we'll probably win that one. Right, Tony?
That's a pretty hot take.
That's the first cold take of the year. So we'll see. I mean, Skylar teaming up with some other players, it could be a force at these tournaments, so got to look out for that. But no Button Bowles. Anchored LI, our 5 team. I think they plan to play together, but not very much. I don't think they're going to go to too many events, but play together when they do. The spike ball round at Instagram takes a hit with that one, losing out on a bunch of big rallies.
Seriously.
Were they the only team to beat Chiswick Showalter in a full series?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad to hear that then.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like they had their number and they were a team that could definitely hang on any given day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Yeah. Maybe they'll come back for Boston. They've never lost in Boston. Or no, they never lost in Boston.
Yeah, Cambridge. They're a force in Cambridge.
Yeah. They always get burgers the night before. So guys, if you want to win Cambridge, get burgers the night before.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Is that we need to bring Ryan Fitzgerald and Anthony Albino on this podcast to ask them what it is about burgers that really fuel you for a tournament. Maybe there's something there.
One question. Yeah. Why burgers? Okay, 6, Spicy Ruby. Tony, too bad you're retiring, I hear.
I don't know where you hear that. We talk a lot, and I've never told you that.
Yeah. So you guys plan? You plan to play a little more this year?
Yeah, I mean, we have on our spring calendar, we have the college tournaments, the Northeast sectionals, and then college nationals in April, both on our calendar. Up in the air about San Diego, so we may or may not be there. Still figuring that out. And then once the summer gets around, we don't have any plans yet, but we're definitely going to be at more tournaments together than we were last year when we kind of joined at the end of the year. So yeah, we'll definitely be on the seed.
Cool.
Are you not sure about San Diego because you're scared of Mike and Skylar?
I am, yeah. I did hear that there was someone that thought they could beat us.
Tony, before the podcast, we're 100% going to San Diego. I say I'm going with Skylar. Ooh, not sure if we can swing it.
Yeah, we might be busy that day. We'll have to see. Maybe if Mike gets sick or something, we'll have to reevaluate. But really, that's the only way we'll go if Mike gets sick.
Tony, you know what the best thing about you being runner-up at Nationals last year?
Let's hear it.
Now, I am not the only one that's the butt of the jokes when it comes to runner-up at Nationals, because that was quite the theme last year. So we gotta share that.
I know. I realize that I can't. Oh, dang. There's like my whole repertoire of Sean jokes out the window.
That's why
Logan, we got more ammunition.
I'm in the clear now.
That's how we wrote the script down. Okay, so number 7 is a funny one, Origin Impact, because Chris was saying that Drucker wasn't sure how much he wanted to play. Chris is a crazy man, so he always wants to go to every tournament. But then Drucker listed off like 7 tournaments he wants to go to. Like, I don't know if I'm going to play much this year. I'll probably go to like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So I think we'll see Impact at a lot of events.
To be fair,
solid.
Not playing as many tournaments, 7 is still not as many tournaments as they
Right.
He played like 20-something this year. I think he was the leader. Ezra might correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure
it's a different standard for him.
Yeah. It was funny, but yeah, he's just saying like, I think we'll go to Huntington, I think we'll go to San Diego and San Fran. It's like, what do you mean you're playing? You don't want to play as much, but excited. They definitely want to get the Pro Division bid, so they're gonna try to go to enough to get that. But okay.
Now you have to tell us what the Pro Division bid is, Mike.
Pro Division bid. All right, if you didn't hear, the Pro Division is a 16-team division at nationals. You qualify by either getting top 2 at regionals or or just through your cumulative points over the course of the year. So they're going to try to get in there and get a lot of points and qualify for that division.
Love it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. We'll get more on that later. That's a later topic. 8, Golden Set. Won't be returning, if they do, until late in the year, because Harding is overseas and Eric is way down south in where is he?
Argentina.
Yeah.
Argentina.
I was about to say Chile. In Argentina, so
close.
We won't see them for a while. I guess it's close. I know
they're right next to each other.
My geology.
Geography.
Geometry. Okay, so yeah, so we might not see them for a while, but I think they'll come back pretty good. Eric seemed motivated in his answers about his 2018 goals. He said he wanted to get in sick shape and be really good. And then 9.
Everyone's goals.
What?
That's everyone's goals.
Everyone just wants to get in sick shape. All right, well, almost done here with our top 10. Easily Doug kind of just snuck into the top 10 at the end of the year, but I know they're going to be coming in for those college tournaments, Anthony.
Yeah, no, I think I'm actually intimidated by how much Andrew Card wants revenge. And I'm saying that out loud. Like I'm ready for Andrew, and I'm ready to see this hyped up Andrew that he's been giving away in these responses to some of these questions about end of the year stuff. He seems like he's geared up and ready to go. So Dan and I are up for the challenge. I'm really looking forward to playing them again.
It might have been a mistake beating them at nationals. Should have taken the L so that they're confident coming into college and
that would have been quite the plan.
It's a 5-year plan.
That would have been the long con right there.
Yeah.
I didn't have that in mind.
You're always thinking about winning, Tony. It's such a bad idea. That's good. I'm really excited for that College Nationals, April 27th in Columbus. See y'all there.
I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll
this
be there.
year.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, Logan missed it last year.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I was too busy doing things in Dallas.
You gotta hate when the tournament director can't make his own tournament. Okay, last of the top 10 is Hilltop Spikes, and I really think they're gonna stay in the top 10 this year. Just crazy improvement over the past 2 years.
Yeah, it seems like they just get better each and every year. They're only getting older. They're only getting more experience. So I'm rooting for them on the side, and I wouldn't be surprised if they improve their rank by a few seeds.
Yep.
And it's really, I think what's really cool about Hilltop too is for how young they are. They're also one of those teams that's always right on the forefront of like every new invention in the game. So like we talked about the what up top drop, like that's their thing. But also with like the changes that have happened in serving the last few years, they've been like right there with getting those really wide angles on serves, mixing in drop shots and stuff. So like I think that they do a really good job of like adapting to what the game is becoming like year by year, tournament by tournament, and that's what like has allowed them to keep like getting up and up in these ranks. And I think to back up what Sean said, I think that's what's going to keep them up in. I'll put them in the top 10 all year too. I think that's what they'll do is they'll just keep changing their game to reflect kind of like what you have to do to win. And that's the sign of a team that's going to be consistent.
And even to take that a step further, like they came up with like the player ratings as well. So it's like not only are they keeping up and staying on the forefront of like the physical part of the game, but like the mental and IQ aspect of it too. Like there they are in the forefront, like helping further the sport in another aspect.
Right. Good point.
Hey, but I do gotta say that on Periscope in Baltimore, someone asked me, when's Hilltop going to win a tour stop? And I said like 2 or 3 years. So I'm hoping they're good, but like not that good. So I won't be wrong. I think
you remember that.
Cole texted me right after like 2 or 3 years. I'm like, I don't know. It's hard to win a tour stop. So, well, especially in the East.
You'd rather be right than see them succeed.
Yeah, sue me. No, that'd be crazy. But yes, that rounds out our top 10. But also, we got to talk about 12, Tetelestai. Logan, what's up with Tetelestai?
We'll be back coordinating when we're gonna play, but we're playing together. So
you gonna play all in the Midwest like last year?
I'm pretty sure I will be. I think I'm gonna try to get Jesse to come to Dallas. So hopefully he'll make it out there. He can see my home. But I'll probably be playing all four Midwest stops this year.
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys don't know, Logan hates that I call him a Midwest player because he's from the
I'm not-
Southeast. But
I'm
he's
not
a Midwest player who played like all the tour stops or almost all the tour stops, and then Midwest regionals.
No, I
He's
played
a-
more Southeast tour stops than I did Midwest.
Okay. Fair.
Southeast.
All right, so that's our top 10, and that's what we wanted to talk about today. Get a little preview. We got a lot more coming. Still a month till the season. You guys got anything else to say today?
Sign up for Huntington. Huntington's gonna be awesome, mainly because the beach is incredible. It'll be the first time we've ever had a sanctioned event there. So I'm excited for that event.
Oh, and there's a co-ed division.
Yeah,
And it's
co-ed
2
division
days.
on Sunday.
Yeah, 2 days. So Sunday will feature a co-ed division. If you sign up for both, I think you get 25% off registration, or no, it's 25% off. Yeah.
You get a slight discount,
Yeah, slight
so
discount.
definitely worthwhile to check out both. But it's going to be a great day.
And sign up soon because registration prices will go up. But Sean is signed up. He might not be there, but tons of Wabi Sabi signed up. Skylar Bull signed up. Point Loma signed up. It's going to be a good start to the tour.
How many teams are we looking at right? I guess maybe you probably don't have these numbers, but how many like powering teams from last year / how many teams are signed up? I admittedly haven't looked at the registration at all.
Oh, and you're just putting me on the spot here.
I thought you knew everything about.
Ask Alexa. Sean, ask Google.
Google isn't working currently.
I'm not. Alexa's at home, so I'll ask her when I get home.
That's 24 days, 11 hours, 47 minutes, and 30 seconds to register. Prices rise on February 7th. So sign up before then. And looking at the number of teams,
We're sitting right around 30 teams. I'm not sure what the crossover is for Power Rank, though.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say Premier. We got Wabi Sabi. We got Subpar Team, Valley Dogs, Marlon Fleming, and Skylar and Peter McCarthy signed up right now. So
nice.
Yeah,
okay.
I expect
Good
to see
stuff.
more. All right, and with that, I think we're going to end this one right here. I definitely want to know what you guys think about the topics that we talked about today. How do you think the What Up Top Drop is going to change it? Do you like the double touch rule? And who's going to be in the top 10 this year? And we got plenty more podcasts coming before the season starts, so let us know what you want us to talk about. And as always, thanks for listening. Just kidding. You like my awkward
And we're
silence. And we are out. Bye. Peace.
See y'all.
Bye.
Thanks again for tuning in to this episode of the Rally Podcast. To keep up to date on future podcasts, either subscribe to Spikeball on YouTube or subscribe to the podcast itself, as it now can be found on iTunes. To find the other Rally Blog posts and podcasts, check out tournaments.spikeball.com, and there is the Rally Blog tab in the top right. See you later.